Can hair drying harm your natural hair? Now, that is the question of today. So, hair drying natural hair is generally a gentle method of drying your hair and is less likely to cause damage compared to using heat styling tools. However, there's some factors that you have to consider. Number one, time. Now, leaving your hair wet for an extended period, especially if it remains damp for too long, can weaken your hair shaft and potentially cause breakage. Now, the other thing that you want to know is that when you leave your hair wet, and let's say you're leaving it wet in the during the night, you can also get mildew, and depending on how you are preserving it when it's wet like that, you can also get some other issues. So be very, very careful when you are doing this. Now, the other instance is, what is your particular hair type? Now, there's some people that have certain types of hair textures that may find that hair drying their hair actually causes excessive frizziness or uneven drying. So you have one patch of your hair that is dry, and then you have another patch that is not dry, and then some parts of your hair might appear more frizzier than other parts, especially if you're someone that you wear your hair in a wash and go and you don't do much of the maintaining or supportive additional steps to doing a proper, well-defined wash and go. You can encounter this kind of issues. Then in some cases, when you use a diffuser, if you don't know what a diffuser is, it's like a blow dryer, and it has a nozzle mouth that looks like fingers that are coming towards you. When you use a diffuser on low heat setting, this has a way of helping you reduce the frizziness. The number 3 reasons why you might feel like hair drying your hair actually causes more damage to your natural hair is the products that you use. So if you are someone that you use products that can help to minimize the damage, you actually retain more moisture than somebody that uses heat. So let me explain this better. So if you're someone that you use heat in your hair, and before you use the heat, you use, of course, use your moisturizer and heat protectant, you can also find out that the moisture is not as much as, let's say, you just hair dry your hair. So using the appropriate hair products like leave-in conditioners, serums, or oils can help with minimizing damage and also maintain the moisture while hair drying. So you have to choose which products work best. The 4th instance is environmental factors. Now, depending on the climate and the humidity level, hair drying can have different effects. So let me explain. In a very humid condition, it may take you longer for your hair to dry and potentially lead to frizz. One additional thing that you have to know is also your hair porosity. So what is hair porosity? This is just the way your hair retains moisture. So let's say you're someone that you are low porosity, your hair will stay wetter much longer, like days. It can actually stay days. Versus if you're someone that you are high porosity, well, with high porosity, your hair will tend to dry faster. So if you're high porosity, I'll say hair drying is okay because, you want that moisture to stay longer. Versus if you're low porosity, where your hair will stay wetter longer, which, as we said in point number 1, which is time, leaving your hair wet for an extended amount of time can cause damage. So I want to know, are you team hair dry or not?